Welcome to this brief guide on how to use combination charts in Google Sheets. Are you tired of trying to cram different data types onto a single confusing chart? Maybe you've struggled showing sales figures alongside percentage growth, only to have one dataset completely dwarf the other. Well, you're in the right place, because today I'll walk you through creating combo charts in Google Sheets. These charts let you combine types like columns and lines, and even use separate axes to display diverse data clearly. And we'll be using a rather intriguing example in order to demonstrate this. Alright, let's get started. The cornerstone of any effective chart is well-structured data. For a combo chart, you'll typically have a category column, like our years from 95 to 2021, and at least two numerical data series that you want to compare. For our demonstration, our first data series, Trend A, is the popularity of the first name Eleanor in the USA. Our second, Trend B, is wind power generated in Poland. Now, common sense might suggest that these have absolutely no connection, but let's see what the data tells us when we chart it. Also, notice the scales. Eleanor counts are in hundreds to thousands, while wind power starts very small and grows rapidly. These different scales are exactly what combo charts help us visualize. So, the very first step is to select all of this compelling data for your chart, including the headers like year, popularity of the first name Eleanor, and wind power generated in Poland, as Google Sheets will use these for labels. To select, you can click and drag, or simply click the first cell in the array, hold Shift, and then click the last cell. Once selected, go to the Insert menu at the top, and from the drop-down, click on Chart. Google Sheets will now analyze your data and create a suggested chart. It might default to columns for both Eleanor's popularity and Polish wind power. This is perfectly fine as a starting point. And don't worry if it looks cluttered or if one series makes the other look tiny. That's what we're here to fix by turning this into a combo chart and perhaps uncover a hidden truth. Or not. Okay, so we have our basic chart. Now, the next crucial step is to tell Google Sheets that we specifically want a combo chart to really see how these two related trends interact. With your chart selected, the chart editor pane should appear on the right. If it's not there, simply double-click your chart in order to open it. This editor is your control panel. Within the chart editor, ensure that you're on the Setup tab. Here, the first option is Chart Type. Click this drop-down. You'll see a list of chart types. Scroll down until you find and then select Combo Chart. It usually has an icon showing a mix of columns and a line. A perfect way to combine, say, baby names and national energy policies. Instantly, your chart transforms to a default combo chart configuration. It might still need a little bit of work, but the key is we've officially designated it, and our next steps are all about customizing its appearance to make the correlation crystal clear. Now we get to tailoring how each data series is displayed. We've established that it's a combo chart, but now we need to define which part is a column and which is a line. In the chart editor, switch from Setup to the Customize tab. This is where all the detailed formatting options live. Once there, find and expand the Series section. This lets you control each dataset individually. You'll see things like popularity of the first name Eleanor and wind power generated in Poland. Let's make sure that popularity of the first name Eleanor is in columns. Select it, and in its type dropdown, ensure that columns is selected. This is good for showing distinct annual figures. Next, for wind power generated in Poland, we want a line to show its trend. Select this series, and then in its type dropdown, choose line. This is ideal for continuous data, or its mysterious connection to baby names. As you make these changes, your chart will update in real time. It's starting to look much more like a useful combo chart, perhaps hinting at that undeniable link. But we still need to address the scaling issue, which is currently making our wind power line look a little bit modest. The next step here is absolutely crucial, especially for data series with vastly different scales, like our thousands of Eleanors versus the initially small wind power figures. If they share an axis, the wind power might look a bit flat. We fix this by assigning one series to a secondary axis. So still in the Customize tab, select Series and make sure wind power generated in Poland, our line series, is selected. Look below its Type dropdown for another menu labeled Axis. By default, it's set to Left Axis. Click this Axis dropdown and select Right Axis. And just like that, watch your chart. Magically, a new vertical axis appears on the right, scaled specifically for the wind power data. Your Eleanor columns will remain scaled against the left axis. Suddenly, both datasets are clearly visible, their trends apparent, and they can be meaningfully compared. It's almost as if they were meant to be charted together. This dual axis functionality is the real power of combo charts. Our chart is looking significantly more persuasive now. However, to make it truly professional and easy for anyone to understand the profound connection that we've found, we need clear titles and labels, especially for our axes. Staying within the Customize tab, scroll down and expand the Chart and Axis Titles section. First, let's give our chart an overall title. The dropdown defaults to Chart Title. In the title box, type something descriptive like The Uncanny Parallel, Eleanor's Popularity, and Polish Wind Power Growth. Next, we need to label our vertical axes. Click the dropdown again and select Vertical Axis Title. This is for the left axis, showing our Eleanor counts. In its title text box, type in Babies named Eleanor, count. Now for the right-hand axis. Select Right Vertical Axis Title from the dropdown and type in Wind Power in Poland, billions of kilowatt hours. Now both axes are clearly labeled, eliminating the guesswork. Now while we're here, know that you can also fine-tune the axis scales in the vertical axis and right vertical axis sections if Google Sheets' defaults aren't perfect. But for now, ours are doing a pretty good job of highlighting the similar trajectories. We're in the home stretch now of creating a really polished, and dare I say it, convincing combo chart. Let's quickly touch upon the legend and a few other aesthetic adjustments. The legend is that key telling viewers what each color or line represents. In Customize, find and expand the legend section. You can control its position. Click the dropdown, and top or bottom often works best when you're doing a combo chart. Let's try bottom. Now beyond the legend, you can also customize series colors and styles. Go back up to the series section, and if you select wind power generated in Poland, which is our line, you can change its color, line thickness, or even add in points. Similarly, for the popularity of the first name Eleanor columns, you can change the fill color. The goal is to have clear visual distinction and a harmonious presentation for your evidence. Just go ahead and take a moment to adjust these. Now for an optional but often very revealing feature, you can add a trend line. This helps you visualize the overall direction, smoothing out any fluctuations and really driving home the correlation that we've found. To add one, go to Customize and Series. Let's add it to our wind power generated in Poland line. Make sure that that series is selected. Scroll down to its options and find the checkbox for trend line. Go ahead and click it to check it. A trend line will automatically appear. Below, you can change its type. Linear is common, but exponential might better fit our accelerating wind power growth, making it look even more in sync with our Eleanor babies. You can also customize its color and line thickness. This adds yet another layer of, shall we say, analytical support. And there you have it. you've successfully created a clear, informative, and potentially world-shattering combination chart, demonstrating an uncanny link between Eleanor's popularity and Polish wind power. We've covered preparing data, switching to the combo type, customizing series, and using dual axes to make almost any two datasets appear to correlate. Combo charts are incredibly versatile, but a small word of caution. While combo charts are great for visualizing, always remember that correlation does not always equal causation. Our example here is a fun case of what's called a spurious correlation. Be sure to use your charting powers responsibly and find genuine insights. Be sure to let me know in the comments if you've found any other bizarre correlations. Happy responsible charting, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to check out the channel. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.